because if there was any mistakes, I couldn't hear it. Was that memorized?
Yeah, because I didn't see you look at your sheet music once.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I did notice that there were a couple of pregnant pauses, you know, in the piece, and there were just a couple, like 2 technical mistakes that I could hear. Other than that, I thought it was fabulous. I thought it was great. But like he asked, you know, did you memorize it? You didn't look at your sheet music once, at least that I could see. I don't even. Yeah. So it's that to me is amazing in and of itself. But once again, like I was talking with Cedric, Cedric is an awesome musician. You are an awesome musician. I've heard you guys rehearse all the time. To me, just a little emotion will go a long, long way in that piece. That was super awesome, super powerful, super hard. Good job.
Michael?
Yeah, even though like there wasn't a lot of that like in the middle, I feel like at the beginning, at the end, there was some emotion, and it just need some continuity like all the way through. And then other than that, like at the beginning, like first couple phrases, there was a good separation of like the like lower voice and like upper voice, and like the melody versus like the bass line. And that was really nice, and it stood out like a lot. So kudos to you for that. It was really nice.
Good. Gwen?
I think your sense of rhythm and time are phenomenal. You have a great, just everything just lines up. The most minor little thing that I could say is when you've got those octave jumps on the right hand, it's a little uneven. The tiniest bit of uneven. It sound like ba-da, 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 instead of da-da-da-da-da-da, you know? And that's like, it wasn't even that noticeable. It was just so slight. And it just made it, I noticed it just tiny bit in like one section. But other than that, your sense of time and rhythm is fantastic.
Good. Anything else? Yeah.
Mark, I thought it was awesome. I'm glad we got you, lucky to have you in lead metal on jazz improvisation class. Yeah. It's great performance.
Yeah, so I have 2 comments for you. Number 1, you have those trilling lines. They can relax a little bit. They feel a little like flies buzzing around the room. And we'll talk about the importance of relaxing in a second. And then there's this big ass chord at the very end. Can you go to the very last page? Oh, okay, cool. Does yours it looks different. Oh, yeah, it is different. There's a 290 up there. See that? I think it's 290. I can't read that. I don't know what it says. But there's a big fermata over that chord. See that? The very last measure, the second line, last page. Dude, sit on that thing forever. You kind of like did it, boom, and then you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go on now. That is a commanding moment, right? Let the audience just ooze over that chord. It's really important. For you guys, who's Beethoven?
He's some guy.
Oh, you guys. He's some guy. What period is Beethoven from? Complicated. So we have a classical. Anyone say something else? We have a romantic. He's both. He's the kind of the linchpin between the two, romantic and classical. Did you guys know that Beethoven has 3 outstanding periods where his music changed pretty rapidly? Did you know that? You ready to learn it? Yeah. Okay, so 1802 or so and before, which we'll talk about this, was his first period. This is when he was still doing all of his Haydn impersonation stuff. He was very classically minded at the time. So if you listen to like his first symphony, you'll be like, this sounds like Mozart. That's because it's very classical. There was a 10-year period, about 1802 to 1812, where Beethoven became like a rock star, and this is where he started to transition to romantic stuff. This is when everything was loud, big, really, really like aggressively emotional, that kind of thing. And then in 1812, moving forward, moved into his third period. And if you think about like 1802 to 1812 being his big like rock star moment, right? Where he's like super romantic and like over the top and crazy and everyone's just like loving him. 1812 moving on became very personal for him. So you saw some that was kind of really classical and some that was really romantic, but what mattered is that he didn't give a shit what you guys thought. He was doing his own thing. And that was sort of the defining moment of him during that period. And it's when you get like the Ninth Symphony, the Seventh Symphony, these really over the top romantic things that people were just like, what is he doing? At the time, it was revolutionary. This piece, what do you think it is? Period 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2. Hold up fingers. 1, 2, or 3? I hear some 2s, I see some 3s. Yeah, so this is transitioning from 1 to 2, and really this is one of the first pieces where we really started to see number 2, right? What does pathétique mean? Someone's like, pathetic? Pathétique, anyone have any idea?
It looks like it says pathetic. But
It does look like that. It does not mean that. It means passionate. The passionate sonata. So it's one of the first times where he is just sort of like going out of the classical thing and saying, hey, we're going to do something different. I'm going to use chords that I've never used before. I'm going to use rhythm I've never used before. Things are going to be together that have never been together before, and I'm just going to go crazy. And that's really what it's about. Marcus, amazing job, man. Thank you very much.